Hi everyone, so in today's video I'll be trying out this die and press kit that they just brought ahead of HSN's Getting Crafty with Suzanne on Tuesday, January 7th. Is now they're available on HSN. It is their die and press pop-up kit called Heart Flowers. So let's check this out. They did send this item free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links, so thank you for using those. Again, with HSN and YouTube, it might be embedded there in the video, like in this bottom corner here, or definitely in the description box. So let's open this guy up. This is very interesting. And again, the Getting Crafty with Suzanne is a Facebook thing that you can tap into there and watch there. So we have some of our standard issue items, of course, the sticky sheets, the applicator for those, and your cutting folder for the marquee. But these thin metal dies will go through any machine that cut thin metal dies, but they always give you a refill, which is really nice. And then the info. So let's look at the instructions before we look at everything else. So it starts with number 1 here. It says stamp and die cut 7 of desired flower shapes. Okay, for best results, use text weight paper. Okay, so that's something to think about. So they're showing you here how you're going to glue it together. That's why you're missing a little petal, so it has some dimension. And then fold the petals in half, and you're going to glue them together the way they're showing you here. Okay, so we will definitely go through every step. Add some leaves, and then you're going to pop that whole thing in the middle of your card. That is awesome. Oh my gosh, that seems very simple, guys. I mean, I would say this is what we're going to be paying most attention, right? So I do actually have a card front from the other day from the stencil, the new stencil sets that they brought. So I think I'll still pop this on the front. And you know, we'll have that ready to go. So let's do that in just a moment. I did have a card. Let me see. Interesting. We'll see. I have a card base that cuts that I cut lengthwise for like a portrait type card, and I don't know, maybe it'll fit in there with that different, you know, opening, that orientation. We will see. We'll know once we have everything put together. So again, you have all your dies here. You don't have to make a pop-up, you know. Well, what happens is they have images for like the front of your card, or maybe something else you want to accent on the inside. So you have like leaves and flowers, like this little bouquet, some extra flowers here, some little like sprigs, love you more, your sentiments forever, my Valentine, missing you, so it's every day but also Valentine, sending a note to say hello, all these cute little flowers, more sentiments. I'm not reading all of them. This is the stamp for the little flower, the leaves that you'll be using on the inside. And then on the flowers, they do have different styles, which is really cute. I was gonna say, do you have to yeah, they're just different styles. I was wondering if they were something that you would put one on top of the other. So you have a daisy, and then you have one that has like more like little lines in it. And same thing with this one, more of a pointed, like, I don't know, a dahlia feel to me. And then the other one that has like lines. So you can choose which one you'd like to use for those. So we're just going to get started. And then, oh, sorry, you have the dies for, of course, the pieces that you need. A die for like this larger bouquet and some of the sprigs, and the leaves that we're going to need in just a moment. So let me grab text weight paper, like they said, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have printer paper here. I mean, I have colored paper also that's text weight. I'm sure you have layering weight paper, right, in your stash. And I think we'll go with this one, the one that's like pointy. And it says you're going to want to stamp 7 of them, right? So I was thinking if I'm going to add a little bit of color. Now this is just printer paper. It's not going to take a lot of color really well. So what I'm going to do is just stamp and then just do a little bit of color, if I'm going to even do that with like an alcoholic marker. And I'm just going to go for it. But of course, you know, you can definitely put this on a stamp positioner. And so, okay, I'm just going to quickly stamp out 7 of these guys. And I always just make sure I'm touching like every area. Here. Looks great. Really fine line detail. Gorgeous. So I'm going to stamp out 7 of these, giving myself a little bit of room because I actually don't know where the die is going to end up. And I will be right back. Okay, and you know what? The other thing I want to go ahead and stamp right now are the leaves. Now, they're showing you can stamp it on green paper. For best results, use text weight paper. It's also saying on that. So I'm still going to use this white paper, and Yeah, why not? So I'm just going to stamp and cut maybe 3 of them. Well, stamp right now. I'll cut the other ones in just a moment. It is this texture here, right? So it's just this. It's like a skeleton leaf there, and I'll do like 3 of them. Okay. And before I cut these guys out, I'm just going to take a little bit of color. Oh, I can do yellow in there too, huh? Maybe a little yellow in the center. Let me grab a yellow. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some yellow, and I'm not going to take too much time, but maybe the darkest and then the lightest. Again, this is alcohol ink markers, or these are. And the reason I'm doing it just like real quick is because, again, I don't want this to feather or bleed too much. And then I'll just use this pink and just with the dark color, just go in there a little bit. So I'm just kind of flicking it. Not too much. Oh, that one didn't look as nice. Let's go there. And then the lightest color. You just kind of pull some of that out. Okay, I'm going to do that with all of them. Again, you can also turn your paper to make it work for you. Like that one didn't quite do what I wanted. Okay, that looks pretty. So I'll do that with all of them. And then our leaf. I'm just going to go with this dark color. Right down in here. So I'm just kind of being playful with it. And maybe this one I will use a medium. So the back side of this might be showing. I don't really know. And then the light color. And I also don't know how large the die is going to be with this. So maybe I should check. Here's our leaf die. And we can have some white edges, or you can actually just really extend that, right? Just to make sure. Okay, so I'll do the same thing with all these guys. Okay guys, so I put out a little mat because I realized I'm putting alcohol ink on paper that's very thin, so I didn't want to inadvertently get a bunch of ink on there. So these look so pretty all together, and I love using that text weight paper, and it didn't really bleed. Well, I mean, obviously it looks like this on the back, but what I mean is like pilling or doing anything weird, but I was very light about it. But like, look at that. I mean, something to think about. Also, I think I've done something like this in the past where I colored text weight paper, because now that seems familiar. Also, you can definitely use vellum, or, you know, just a colored paper already. Okay, so these guys, we're just going to cut these out. I don't think there's really any right or wrong here. I'm just going to line this up as best I can with the very center of this here. So like there. And if I missed anything, I'll just color it again. So of course we'll run those through. And then we need to run through all 7 of these guys. I'm trying to see how well we can see in here. So basically you're gonna have an extra petal, but that's gonna glue to the back of the other one. So just trying to see how, I think I'm just gonna go for it, guys. Well, okay, maybe we should. Let me trim this down. And let me grab a scrap paper. Kind of staying out here because we do need that extra petal space for that. Let me grab a scrap paper. Okay, something like this will do. And again, you're just wanting to, let me grab some new washi to make a little aperture, something that's going to help us know where we're cutting. So let's put that there. I know I have a ton of things out. Let me clean up a little bit. Okay. And when you're using cutting folders, you can cut on all sides. Like I already started cutting on this one in the last video. So if you want, you just turn it over, cut on the other side. Cut on the back side of the other one, flip it back. It's, you know, you can cut all over these guys. Okay, so that. And we're not going to use this in this case, but you have that little guy. What I'm going to do is just pop this on here. Do not take this off. You're just going to kind of open it up so you can see where you're cutting. So obviously there's that extra one, but then eyeballing it in here. So let me see if maybe it's supposed to be this way. Okay, so see, I was going to cut it incorrectly anyway. So do you see how that lines up much better? Hopefully you can kind of see that. Then having the extra petal on the right. So it's actually the extra petal goes on the left is what it looks like. And let me close up just a little bit for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just lining up this portion like a window to see what's going on in here, and that looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be like super exact, but for this project, and pop that down. I'm gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna put another piece over here, not really on my project itself because I feel like it's very delicate with that text weight paper, so I'm just gonna put a piece going that way. And then again, I always hold it, and I kind of hold it taut as I come to roll it through. And that way you have a much better idea of where you're cutting. Take that off. I'll be very delicate with that, and there you go. Okay, so I'll continue doing the same thing. I'm just going to use the same one, open it back up. Just always make sure that it pops back down in the same little area. Again, we have that extra one on the left. And just eyeballing where that is. Pretty close, that looks good to me. Bring that back, popping it right back down that empty spot there. Maybe we'll stick this one here, and I'll just keep rolling them through. Okay guys, I am super excited to put this together. That was my last one. And you can always keep this little frame with you, you know, for the next one, and you have it ready to go. Let me toss some of this stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, so it says number 2, creased flower die cut at score line indicated in red. So it's all of these guys, basically all of them. Hope you can see that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. You know, it's just to get them ready, I suppose, for being kind of scored like that. But what we're going to do then is just glue this here. So let me go forward. Hope you can see that. So then we're going to do that with all of them, and you're also going to glue the, of course, the petal like this, basically. Hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to see what they're saying. Repeat step, say things. Yep, and then it's going to be, yep. Okay, so I'm putting glue all over the top side of this, obviously, but it's going to go to the back side of this guy. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for all of them. And it does also said to fold the petals in half. Use small pieces of a double-sided tape to adhere flowers to each other. Yeah, okay. So basically that's it. Okay, so it's going to be something like that. So same thing with this next one, you know, obviously we're going to score. Get it ready for being in the middle of our project. A little glue here. And glue those together. And then you can flatten it out. You can flatten it out wherever. I'm just, you know, since I did that, it's easy to just kind of flatten it out like this, but you can flatten it in this direction, you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, guys, look how pretty these are. Oh, I love it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do next. So, like, we flatten them out. I have some leaves, but leave this right here just so you see. And it does say to use little pieces of tape, and, you know, I'm going to use glue, but if you want to use little pieces of tape, then do that. So it says to put a little bit like here, right? And I'm kind of, I mean, it's kind of towards the top. So I'm kind of eyeballing that. And then one of these guys is going to glue to that one like this, right? And then another little piece up here. I'll get it a little bit higher just in case. Bring another one in. It's going to go like that. So on either side, it looks pretty already. Okay. And then you're going to bring another one in that's going to go here. But what they're showing you is, they're showing you different colors, right? You did the pinkish one, then the orange ones. And so one orange, one pink, one orange. So right on this one here, right on this one here, and right on this one here, right? Those middle three. And you're going to bring this guy and line it up on top of that. I am super excited already. I think this is very cute. Let's see here. Oh, my eyes went to this one. I was like, what did I do? This is the next one. Hello. So on this one, you have essentially 1, 2, 3 in the middle petal, 1, 2, 3 the middle petal, right? So what they're showing you is you're going to bring 2 more of these guys over, right? And you're going to put glue Not on this bottom one, but on this top two. So this middle one, you know what I'm saying, on this side, not the bottom one, this one, and this one. And you're gonna line this one up, obviously, up right on top of that. Oopsie. I'm just trying to get a better vantage angle here because I think those are a little bit off. That's okay. And on this side, same thing, not the bottom one. At least it doesn't look like the bottom one had glue because they didn't show it, right? I think they would have shown that you're going to put glue there, hopefully. So maybe that third one needs it too, but right now it looks like just these two. So this one here and this one here. So on those two, again, not the very bottom one, but those two. Hopefully that's what they're showing you. And then we have one last one. And it's going to go in these center three. So not these two bottom ones, not these, just in the center three. So again, a little glue here, a little glue here, and a little glue there. I will say the point of using tape is that it probably flexes a little bit for you, where glue is just glued. Like, this is it. Like I always tell you guys, unless you tear it, it's not going to do anything. So I'm going to hold on to that and I'll be right back. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, right? And then we finish with this top one here. And then it says to go ahead and put leaves wherever you like. They're kind of giving an example of where you would put them. So if I have this in my hand, they're turning it this way. And they're showing you like to put like a little leaf like in here. Of course, facing out the nice side, but there it's nice on both sides in my opinion. Something like that. And maybe another one down here. And then I only did 3, so they're showing you one here. So again, this one's glued to the orange, what they're, this top one, this other one's glued to the next layer. And then a couple, and like I said, I only did a few, so I don't know what that one's stuck to, but I'll just stick it here. Okay. They're just leaves, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you have something that looks like this. And I just stuck that one out to the middle one there. Okay. Apply double-sided tape to one petal as shown along, adhere to the fold, and then on the other side. So they're just saying one little area of glue and then one little area of glue on this other one. What I wanted to see is if this is going to be something I can put inside of a thing like this. So if we opened it and the person opens it and it opens, how does this open? Like this. I think it'll work, guys. Let me score this, okay? So again, this is my A2 size portrait kind of landscaping here. Portrait kind of landscaping? Portrait orientation here. So 5.5. Scored at 5.5. Excuse me. And so basically, okay, this is how we had it, right? I had that one leaf in the back. I don't want to confuse anybody. So it's basically this orientation. And what they're showing you, they kind of switched it up a little bit this way. And they're basically saying to put a little bit of tape basically on the center one. Because if you're messing around with your leaves, it's basically just the center. See how this is a flower by itself? And they're putting the glue like right here in the center. And then you're going to put it, you know, I guess down like this. So just that center one, and they're just putting it at the very end. So just a little bit here. Okay, guys, moment of truth here. So again, put that little like Pac-Man V towards the center of your card. Okay, hold that down for a bit. Okay, and then the next one is also in the very center petal, right, of the topmost one, which for me, I have some little leaves there. So let's just put a little glue there. Okay. And then we're going to close it. And then we'll see what we got. While I'm holding that, I don't know that I went this far in the instructions, but you can see all the different stamps and die cuts that you have. I mean, the little daisy's so cute. I'm going to see what will work out for the front of this card. And maybe just a sentiment down the center, you know. Okay, guys, I've been holding this, so I'm a little scared because it's wet glue, but we'll see. I mean, look how pretty that looks already. Oh my gosh, that is a home run. How cute is that? I'm sure I can open it all the way up. But again, I use the wet glue, so I don't want to force it right now, but look how pretty and full that is. Oh my gosh. You have got to be kidding me. This is amazing. What a good job. I'm telling you, the images that have step by step for this to happen is gorgeous. I am in love with this. I cannot believe, I have no, look, and it keeps working. And look how they come out from the back. Oh my gosh, you guys, you gotta be kidding me. This is gorgeous. I mean, I am just, what? And look, and it worked this way. So again, if your card is the other direction, obviously it's going to work there too. But it worked in this portrait mode, which I am super excited about. So we have this little guy. I mean, I can stamp this and then cut it with maybe a die or, you know, however. Oh, maybe. I have this guy here. I don't know how big these are. I don't think this is going to work because these guys are a little bit bigger. But again, you have stamps and dies for, you know, making your whole front however you would like there. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. These guys are... Your friendship is sending wishes for healing, sending a note to say hello. This one fills up the space better, but I love the one for healing because honestly, you have this big bouquet of flowers. I'm also going to trim this down just because I like the way that looks better. So I'm going to trim this down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I think I can do it all in one swoop because I feel like I did this a little bit off center anyway. So let's take that off. And a little bit from each side over here. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a little 16th off of the bottom and the top. Okay, and let's stamp our sentiment. I was looking at, should I stamp it in brown? But maybe I'll stamp it in black just so it stands out because everything else is kind of like a vintage, dusty kind of look. So, okay, I'm just going to eyeball that, and that might not be the best thing to do, but that's what I'm going to do. Bring this down closer to me so I can see it a little bit better. And no, come on. And hopefully that's nice and straight. We will soon see. I cannot believe how easy that was to put together and the impact, you know? Oh my gosh. Sending a note to say hello. That looks lovely. Okay, I'm just going to glue this on top and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I mean, come on. Sending a note to say hello, and then you have those beautiful things, and you can still write whatever you like there. Gorgeous. I'm just blown away. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. Again, possibly embedded in the video here. And I will see you all at the next one. Have fun watching Getting Crafty with Suzanne there. Bye now.